So I have read one of the most controversial piece of literature in this century, and I have a train of thoughts that I would like to put ahead and address because this book here has been misunderstood and misinterpreted by a lot of people. Initially, also by the publishing houses of this book, like when Vladimir Nabokov wanted to publish this book, he was also rejected because of this very intense topic that he talked about, which is pedophile. Not even surprised why the publishing houses decided to not publish this book, but how they eventually, the Olympia Publishing House, if I'm not wrong, have finally published this book, and that is how it finally reached to a lot of readers and got the fame that it deserved. Now, I have a lot of things to talk about it, so without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Hi, fellow bookworms, this is Simran, and welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today, because finally the sun is out, I decided to film this video, and because I recently got done with this book, and I have a lot of things to talk about, considering I have never read a book that talks so much about pedophile and more, because Lolita is a misinterpreted and miscomprehended book, which is a classic now, a modern classic. First talk about this book as a whole, and then probably jump into the character, the plot line, the analysis, and the themes of the book. The first thing that comes to my mind when I see this book is everything, like especially the character Humbert, because Vladimir Nabokov had created this character so manipulative that being a reader myself, I was convinced to be empathetic towards a character who was pretty much like a monster. Somebody who have read this book halfway and have DNF'd it. I have seen a lot of people, while I put up a story on my Instagram when I was reading it, a lot of people DM'd me saying that they tried reading it, they read probably the first 40-50 pages, and then they DNF'd the book because of the fact that it is very uncomfortable to read it, like very uncomfortable. A 50 plus age guy falling in love with a 14-year-old girl, it's very weird and it's not comfortable because obviously because of the age. I mean, age is probably just number, but in this case it's pedophile. The guy has intentions, a negative bad intention towards girls who are of that age group. He's not even interested into girls who are walking towards becoming an adult. He's not interested about that. He just likes a girl who are not even teenaged, who did not even enter the world of teenage. So that is why it is very discomforting, and I can so understand why people had given up reading this book if they have actually started reading the book. But I think this book, while I was reading the first 50 pages, I held myself strong that I will not DNF this book no matter how uncomfortable it makes me feel. But honestly, initially, yes, it did make me feel uncomfortable, but later I got the hang of it. But for the first 20-30 pages, it was a little tough also to get into the book, because this is basically a memoir of Humbert, the character, who is writing a book about his love for Lolita. So this is a memoir of the character Humbert in this book, who is so obsessively obsessed about Lolita, a 14-year-old girl whom he falls in with whom he falls in love with, and wants to hold her captive. He doesn't want to let her go. That is what we see throughout the book. And it is not just that, it is not just pedophile, it talks a lot about manipulative behavior. It talks a lot about belonging, exile, obsessiveness about something, because this book is actually, I felt that it is not just a work of fiction, which is actually not inspired by an actual incident. And it's completely surprising, honestly, to be reading a book like this, because it talks so much about all the things that I'm going to mention ahead. Basically, the book of the month for the month of June, and we were planning to read 15 pages each day. But What a charming writing. We'll definitely go more deeper into the way the book has been written, but as of now, I would just like to say that I was completely mesmerized by the phenomenal writing and I just couldn't stop myself. I had to keep reading this book and I'm done. The month is not yet over and I'm done with the book and I just, I mean, what what a magnificent creation of Vladimir Nabokov. And I must tell you, Vladimir Nabokov only got his success after writing this book and for all right reasons. Now we will discuss this book in details and I have written my pointers here, so I will just take the pointers and talk about it. So let us first talk about the introduction which I've already given. This book is basically about Humbert Humbert. Yeah, he is basically named by a lot of people differently. So it's Humbert, his actual name is Humbert, but we see a lot of people that he encounters throughout the book calling him different names. But the character's main name is Humbert Humbert, and he's a middle-aged guy. I was wrong. He falls in love with a 12-year-old girl. It was first published in 1955 by Vladimir Nabokov, and there's a history behind the publishing of this book because it is a banned book. Actually, a lot of publishing houses denied publishing this book because it is controversial. And this is basically a story about Humbert. And Humbert Humbert is basically a professor in a university. He is in love with Lolita, basically Dolores Hayes. Dolores Hayes is the name of Lolita, but he himself curated this name Lolita out of love for this young girl who is 12 years old, and he falls in love with this girl. He's obsessed with this girl. He goes to an extent of killing people for this girl. So I can understand why people didn't like the discussion altogether because it's not acceptable. It's discomforting. You fall in love. You are attracted to children, and he minded Humbert is a character who is only attracted to girls who did not even cross the age of 13, 14, and that is how we term this book as pedophile, which is correct, which is not wrong, absolutely. But there's a depth of this word. There's a depth inside this book. So what happens is Humbert initially, like when he was young, he falls in love with a girl called Annabelle, and eventually something happens to Annabelle and she is no more. And then he's still stuck there. He looks for Annabelle in everywhere, in everyone. Basically, we are in love with somebody. We actually are so deeply attached to that one person, and one fine day if that one person leaves, we tend to look for that one person in everything around. Every guy, for example, if I have a breakup, I will look for my boyfriend in every other individual if I have made an attachment like that with my ex or my boyfriend. So that is the situation here. He is so attached to Annabelle that after her demise, he looks for Annabelle in every other woman. By the way, he's also aware of the fact that it is not right for him to be so attracted to children. So he grows up and he's attracted to children anyway because that is a disease. That is a problem in him, and he knows about it. He's aware about it, and he then decides to get married to a woman called Valeria. Now, Valeria, why does he get married to Valeria? Is because he finds the childlike behavior of a girl in Valeria. Even when Valeria is a grown-up woman, they get married and they have a life together. Why Humbert only gets married to Valeria? Because of the fact that she is childlike. She behaves like a child. So he is attracted to her in that case. But later, some unfortunate event take place, and he is basically no longer um, into the marriage, and they part ways. So this is what happens, and then he moves to America, where he meets his Lolita, whose actual name is Dolores Hayes. His main objective to move to America was to start his career in the university, and that is when he actually comes across this girl, Dolores Hayes, who turns out to be his Lolita. So after he meets Lolita, things are extremely different within. If we talk about the characters, the first character is obviously the protagonist, who is Humbert Humbert. Humbert Humbert is basically a extremely flawed character, flawed, raw, ruthless, and what do we call it? Like psycho, and yet he has a way of molding the entire situation in such a way, such a manipulative way, that you as a reader will feel empathetic towards him towards the end. Like, when I was reading the last few chapters, I was so drawn to Humbert Humbert. I knew that he is wrong. Whatever he's doing makes no sense, and I will, as a reader, or even if this was happening around me, I would never have accepted this incident. But yet, I just felt so, so empathetic, and I just wanted to. I even was in a I was in a situation where I was welling, my eyes were welling up, and I just didn't know what exactly happened, what exactly this character did to me. But the writing, how the character has molded the entire situation around him, the situation that he also knows that he's not doing it right, but whatever he created around himself, he did it so amazingly that even when he was doing wrong, I personally like felt it is not wrong. I mean, it is okay, it's normal. And he makes sure that he does it like that so that the readers are manipulated. And I was basically so like drawn and so emotionally attached to Humbert Humbert. I was in fact, blaming Lolita and Dolores Hayes, of 12 years old girl, for all the things that has happened around her. I mean, I was like, you are the problem. It is not Humbert. Whereas I know that it was both ways. And if we talk about Lolita, who is the second most important character in the book, like, I think Lolita is the first most important, but anyways, Lolita Dolores Hayes as a character is a very manipulative, very what do we call it? Like, manipulative, toxic kid, honestly. And even Humbert is a toxic man himself. Even then, you will feel, at least I felt Dolores Hayes to be uh, more into the red flag zone than Humbert Humbert. I just, because Dolores Hayes was not under any kind of medication, or she was not suffering through any kind of diseases, any kind of schizophrenic mindset. But however, Humbert Humbert was. And I mean, that is not justified. Like, I cannot tell that I'm suffering from a problem, I'm suffering from a disorder, so I will go and behave in a certain way and people will forgive me. No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, Lolita actually knew that the guy was interested in her, but even then, she did not retaliate whatever he was doing. And after a certain point, things go so wrong that then she realizes, and then that is a different story altogether. But I think Lolita as a character is very, she is not innocent, because she's 12 years old, so we expect her to be innocent, but she's not innocent. The fate that she carries after meeting Humbert Humbert, and eventually what happens, I think that leaves a great impact on the reader. At least it did leave a great impact on me, for that matter. Yes. If we talk about the writing of the book, the writing is exceptionally well done. Like, one of the best writings that I've ever read. Initially, it was the plot that mattered to me. I would be so invested into reading the story. If the story was very average and the writing was exceptionally done, I would still dislike the book because the plot couldn't give me anything. But eventually, I realized that the style of writing is what makes an author a great author. And with more time and more reading and more experience, I have grown up, to understand and love writing that are exceptionally done. And I think Lolita should be read for the writing, if not for the plot. So if you are very reluctant to read a story like that, if you think that it's going to make you feel very uncomfortable and you will not essentially feel anything about this book, and you will hate probably reading the book for the plot line, I think you should at least give it a shot for the writing style, because it's so damn good. Initially, it did take around 50 pages for me to get through the book. Like, I was just reading initially and not understanding a lot of things happening. And not that I googled or anything, because again, spoilers. But I was just holding my patience. I was like, I will not DNF this book because of this one thing that I'm not understanding. I just kept reading for the next, I think, 30-40 pages, and I got the hang of it. So it is a book like that. It's like you will start it slow, and then it will become like an unstoppable journey. I I was so compelled to read the book, so damn compelled that I would want to read the book more. I would be like, when will the next day come so that I can read more? Because I was dedicatedly limiting myself to read the book only for 15 pages. But then gradually, because I just couldn't stop myself to read more, I decided to off limit myself and read. And I read and I read and I read and I loved it. One book that I started, I think in 2022, if I'm not wrong. I can't remember the year, but yeah, I started reading it sometimes back, and I read the first 20 to 25 pages because I had annotated long back with a green pen, I remember. And yeah, and I read for the first 20 pages. I could not understand anything, and I just dropped it. I was like, I can't do it because anything that is not making sense to me in the first 20-25 pages, I don't find the need to give more time to it. But this time, because it was the book of the month for June, I thought that I'm not going to give up on this book. I am going to read it and read. And I didn't expect to love it, but yes, I ended up loving this book. This is obviously a 5-star read of the year, one of the 5 stars, because I don't think I have found a lot of 5 star this year already, but this is one of them for sure. So if I talk about the writing, it's very lyrical, very, the prose is extremely lyrical. Like there are uncomfortable scenes written by the author, obviously of the intimate scenes that we read. We also read those intimate scenes in Murakami books and a lot of other books. But I think in this book, it was written in such a poetic way that people who do not read at all and just plunge to read this book might have a little problem to understand the lyrical part of the intimate scene. But for me, it was like a magic. I was reading some poetry and I was not even uncomfortable. Like it did not make me uncomfortable one bit. So it was that excellently done. And because the writing is one of the best things in this book, so I insist that please do pick this book up for the writing, if not anything else. Talk about the writing style of this book, I also have to mention that while I was reading this book, there is, because this book is so beautifully well done, so brilliantly written, that everything that I was reading, I could actually see people doing the things around me. Like if there's an intimate scene that I'm reading, for example, my mind was manipulated in such a way, like I could imagine like people sitting in front of me and making out, making love or whatever. But I was like, I gave a picture to Humbert and I imagined Dolores in certain way before even watching the movie. So I didn't know whom to imagine how. But I just knew the sketch, at least the outline of the characters were so prominently done in front of my eyes through the writing that I could see people actually, doing the scenes right in front of me as if I was watching a movie or I was watching people doing it in the theaters. So brilliantly done, I must tell you. I'm awestruck by the way it is written. Like, just awestruck is the word that I can use. It's magnificently done. And I cannot believe that I'm just praising this book so much, because the last time I praised a book like this, it was most probably Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, one of my most favorite books of all time. Again, that is a classic. And I think I have a different kind of, affinity towards classic. I am so drawn towards reading classics, be it a modern classic or ancient classic. I think I'm more drawn towards the classics of 1800s or so. And but this came as a complete surprise, and it just blew my mind. I think convincingly said, and I don't think you need any other reasons to not read the book. But please consider reading this book, at least for the sake of the writing. So yeah, the writing is done, character analysis done. Talk about the theme and the symbolism of the book. The book basically explores the theme of power, corrupting nature of love, obsession, manipulation, um, like basically to what an extent can one go if one desires to go. So love to a level that you can ruin somebody else's life for that one person to be in your life. I think that is how the book can be defined as. It's also about desire, possession, obsessiveness. These are the things that we talk about. But as a character who's taking counseling and taking some medication, some pills and all from doctors, is affecting people in their individual lives. Like I am living a normal life, and someday a person comes up to me like that, I will be ruined because of how he is, and he is not realizing it initially. But he also knows, like he's so conflicted that he knows that he's diagnosed with a problem, and he's taking some medicine, and he knows that he's suffering from an issue. Yet he chooses to not recover. Like he is the way he is. He's raw. He's ruthless. He's corrupt. He's corrupted, and he never stops. You know, corrupting the other people around him, especially Lolita. Dolores is basically solely to not blame Humbert, because it was also Lolita's interference into his behavior that that he grew out to be more the way he was. Like he actually is like that, but because the other person that he's attracted to is also uh, allowing him to do it, so he never stops, and he thinks that if that is my thing, if Lolita is my possession, she should be mine. She should be mine. She is my possession. She is uh, the thing that probably I'll never let go, and I'll just put it in my showcase, and she's everything. That is how he actually writes also about Lolita in the very first page. That Lolita, light of my life, fire of my loins, my sin, my soul, Lolita, the tip of the tongue taking a trip of 3 steps down the palate to tap at 3 on the teeth. Lolita. She was Law, plain Law in the morning, standing 4 feet 10 in one sock. She was Lola in slacks. She was Dolly at school. She was Dolores on the dotted line. But in my arms, she was always Lolita. So basically, this is how the book begins. And ever since I have read this book, I just cannot stop talking about Humbert. And I swear, of this book, the movie that I watched was so well done that it was so precisely done, exactly like the book. Like I have seen movie adaptations of books that have ruined the charm of the book altogether in the movies, but this one movie had done tremendously well job with a movie like that of the book Lolita. So if people are reluctant to read the book, and if you think that you have DNF the book and you will never get back to the reading zone again to read this book, or you don't like reading pedophile, but you're okay because you can skip certain parts in the movie, so I think I will definitely recommend you to watch the 1997 version of the book, because it's so beautifully well done. And I cannot stop thinking about this book. It is, I don't know. It has done some jadoo and some magic charm. It has done some black magic, some witchcraft in me, that I am obsessed. I'm literally obsessed. So at the conclusion, all I have to say is Lolita is a very challenging book, and it is a very raw, real book that actually shows, that actually clears out the blur boundary that we always create around the society. And it talks, basically pushes the readers to confront the um actual challenges of a society, and uncomfortable relationships that is probably circulating in a society, and how we look into it. That is how we actually read the book. Like we see the society through characters like Humbert and Lolita, and it's so raw, so gruesomely done, that you end up either loving the book or hating the book. For me, it's loving the book, because I got to learn so many things about human nature, about human behavior, about compulsive disorders, all of those things. So I am recommending this book to anybody and everybody, especially people who are into classics but have always been reluctant to read the book because of certain thoughts or certain trigger warnings that they must have gone through. But I still suggest that if you're okay with controlling your perceptions, you should definitely pick this book up once in your lifetime. It is that great of an experience. Copy of Lolita has turned out to be a diary for me now, and I have written so much inside it that I will not be able to lend this copy to anybody, because I have written so much in the book that it is more controversial now and more of a scandal now. So yeah, with this we are to an end. Mm, if you're looking for a thought-provoking, emotionally charged book and a book that you think will be challenging for you to read because you like taking up challenges, I think Lolita is the right pick for you. And I completely stand by Vladimir Nabokov for writing this book, and I do not mind reading uncomfortable books because I know they have a lot to give as an output. And yeah, that is what my thoughts are about Lolita. And what you thought about Lolita if you have read the book or have watched the movie. And please do not hesitate to comment down below if you do not abide by anything that I have probably put forth here in the video. And I'm open to criticism any day, as I always say, so it's completely all right. I am taking all the charge of all the things that you might put in the comment box below. So we are to an end of the video. Thank you so much for being here for this long. And if you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, comment down below about Lolita or anything else. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.